find very helpful for my life in general is to have those days where you don't actually do anything. Actually, that's not phrasing it exactly right. What I mean is having those days where you let whatever your brain decides to do, to just go do it. So some days that'll be like, oh, I'm gonna organize the napkins in my car. And then after that, I'm gonna go vacuum this floor for some reason. And the reason I think it's helpful is because I almost feel like my brain rebels against me if I try to be productive too many days in a row. It's like, yo, I know this is good for us, but because you're telling me to do it, I'm gonna not want to do it. Does that make sense? You know, I think that's what the weekend is typically for. If I had a regular Monday through Friday job, I'd probably better be able to use Saturday and Sunday as days off. But because I work on the weekends all the time too, I forget to take those days to just be like, oh, this is whatever the brain desires. Let's just let it roam. Then again, this could all just be the ramblings of a person who needs to meditate and get their brain much more clear and focused. That is a distinct possibility now that I think about it. Okay, so the boys are back in town, so it is my duty to go get their food from the sushi place. No problem, no problem. I mean, I really wanted to say no, but that's because I'm a selfish person. Welcome back to the vlog. I just got back from a 5-day trip to the Savage Gulf. It is a place in Tennessee, and I ended up doing like 50 miles. I didn't expect it to be quite 50 miles. It was supposed to be 46. And it was supposed to be less than that because the map that I saw was 46 and it had a little extra. But the official map didn't have the correct distance for part of it. Anyways, it was an excellent trip, and I had a great time. It is gonna be an absolutely gargantuan video. So sorry for the lack of vlogs, but I hope that that will make up for it. In the meantime, from our buddy Thomas Way, we got something in the mail. It says right here, do not bend. I wonder what that could be. I actually know what it is. Woo, mama! Adventure Archives, Nikon N90S, Dolly Sods. Well, we didn't take that, but that is super cool. Oh, this is for me. Thank you, Thomas. Great picture of Thomas, great picture of Brian, great picture of Andrew, and then 3 pictures for 3 lucky patrons or something. I don't know how we're gonna give these away, but we're gonna give them to some patrons. You know what, we might do it during a live stream. I'll save this packaging though for the people we're gonna send them to. Thank you, Thomas, for the awesome picture. I'm gonna put it up here. Oh. It's okay. Don't worry, everybody. It's fine. There we go. Okay, so that leaves me with the task of editing 327 gigabytes worth of trip footage. That is actually not very daunting. It is very time consuming, but the actual process is very straightforward. The main hurdle to getting started is just having a good solid intro. I've got a good idea for the intro though, so that shouldn't be a problem. So this is what my room currently looks like, which also means that I now have a semi-permanent recording space. So I actually moved all my stuff out. I'm living in a different place. More details on that at some point, but I'm leaving my office intact and that's where I do all my work and stuff. But yeah, this room is now basically just a spare room. This is the first time this house has ever had any extra spare storage. But yeah, many of you are probably like, you moved out and you're just not gonna say anything about it. The thing about this vlog is you see so much of my life, but you don't see all of my private life and the stuff I do with other people. And for my own sanity and ability to actually be able to make a vlog, I've kept a lot of that separate. So this is one of those things that will be kept separate for the time being. I mean, eventually I'll integrate all of that, but at the very least I needed to show you that that room is now empty because it's been kind of driving me crazy. And also it's been limiting my places that I could film in the house, because if I showed you that, you'd be like, why is none of your stuff in there? Anyways, I moved out. There's no problems with my mom or anything. I'm still using this as my office. Yeah, I'll give you the full details later. That's the initial rundown. Indiana Dunes video should be premiering today. If you caught that live premiere, thank you for joining. If not, then whatever. This right here is the Insta360 Go 2. I am normally not one for action cameras or these kind of more fun consumer cameras because the quality is just not good enough. But when the quality reaches a certain level and it's in a size like this, the uses and the convenience kind of outweigh the quality. One of those uses will be when I'm doing my runs. Whenever I say runs, it really sounds like I'm saying like diarrhea. Another use will be when I'm in the car. It's just like stuck right here and blam, like look at this. Got a little stand right there and then you just plop it on, bing, bang, boom. It's incredibly stabilized. And like when I was in Tennessee this week, there was these points where I was crossing these bridges and I was doing like handheld with my camera and it was terrifying and the camera's not very stabilized and it's just not a beautiful looking shot. I could have put this on my forehead, blam, and just been moving around. Oh, technology is really cool. I can't wait until the quality of my big camera matches what these small cameras can do. Other way around. It's just very cool though. Very useful. Anyways, if you guys enjoy this footage, especially when I'm doing a run, in fact, I'll go for a run in a little bit after I eat lunch, then please thank my vlog patrons. They specifically paid for this. You know, it's funny because on the one hand, you should definitely be satisfied with what you have and not always be like, oh man, I want the newest, best thing. But on the other hand, when there are people paying me money for the stuff that I produce, I'm like, I kind of owe it to them to make it as good as possible. Not that anybody really cares that much, but I care. I don't know, how did that look? Did that look cool? Convenience versus quality. When quality's up here and convenience is down here, it is great when they start to meet. And then once they meet and then they both go up, or, you know what I mean? Like, one of these days, convenience and quality will both be at a maximum. And then there will be no excuses left. The only thing you have left to do at that point is to create and be creative. You can't blame it on your tools. You can't be lazy because of your tools. You're just gonna have a floating 343 guilty spark who reads your mind and does exactly what you say to do. But then maybe at that point AI will be so good that I will just tell the AI to go create what I want to create and I'll walk around and do my thing and talk to the camera. That actually is a possibility if humanity makes it that far. Now, humanity making that far is a whole nother question. But also, we need to talk about Eric Andre. That guy, A, he's hilarious. B, he is so weird. And C, he's so normal and sincere at the same time. Like when you watch his interviews, the dude's very normal and sincere, but somehow his comedy, he comes up with these things and the delivery, him and Hannibal Buress, those two, the Larry King interview with him, first of all, that shows how bad of an interviewer Larry King is. Larry King just asks rapid fire questions one after another, and it was to a worse degree than normal in that Eric Andre interview. Eric Andre just wants to have a conversation with Larry King, a real genuine conversation, and Larry King just seems to want to just end the conversation. Anyways, very weird. I think Eric Andre is just a very interesting, charismatic, fun to watch person. It's weird. Well, I may not be premiering this video today because I'm having a heck of a time getting it rendered. I actually already had it rendered, but I needed to fix some sound stuff. Come on, man, come on. 8K is not ready yet, let me tell you that. I really don't want to run. But after that 50-mile trip, I'm really back in shape now, and I don't want to lose it again. Let's do it. Well, maybe I was only in shape for walking long distances, because this feels very difficult. And my running shape does not seem to be good at all. Human bodies, man. Maybe robot bodies would be better.
know, here's another thought. Once life kind of gets back to normal and travel becomes possible again, maybe I should start using the winter as the time that I do all of my traveling, and I travel to warmer locations. Then, in the summer, I can travel locally, you know, kind of more drivable distances, and all of like the summer hot spots I could go to in the winter when they're not as crowded. That is something to think about. Okay, let's see what my current jumping ability is. A little bit too slick to try any jumping right now. The rain, the cold. Doing one of these long distance trips where I basically eat 2 meals a day. Every day I would have 2 packets of oatmeal for breakfast, 2 peanut butter sandwiches for lunch, and then a dehydrated meal for dinner. And then I would basically walk for 8 to 10 hours a day. It's crazy how much better I feel from doing that than just staying inside all day on the couch, eating as much as I want, taking hot showers, sleeping in. It's like comfort feels really good, but it's bad for you. It's weird. You do need to rest, of course, but movement and activity keeps you healthy. Here's another weird thought out of nowhere. What if you had to install movies the same way that you have to install games? I guess at one point you did, in that transition between DVDs and streaming, and in the middle you could like download a movie from iTunes. It's only a matter of time before games go all streaming. I will be one of the last holdouts unless they can get that experience one-to-one, baby. Lag, fidelity, so many reasons why playing locally is better than streaming. Are these cherry blossoms? They have a very, very strong scent. Okay, good run. 29 minutes, 2.76 miles. I feel like my VO2 score might be a little bit better today. I felt like I was a little less winded. Okay, not bad, 51.2 VO2 max. It had been down to 50.8, even 50.6. These are estimates, of course, but yeah, just, you know, get back into running, get my ring fit back in so that I've got some muscular resistance. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about it. Feeling good about my physical shape again. So that'll do it for today's vlog. Thank you very much for watching. Sorry for the delays on the vlogs. I literally couldn't film them while I was out. That new video will be out in the next couple of weeks. I'll just be editing it for the next week or two. More adventure archives to come, more vlogs to come. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next one. Be very careful so as not to damage anything. This knife is so dull, I gotta sharpen this. Oh, it says peel tape, don't cut, so I'll take his word for that. How come when you open your eyes real big, you can't see more? And when you squint, you can basically see the same amount.